Hey, you guys, what's up? What's going on? I'm so sorry once again for the delay. I know it's a little bit later than usual, but I'll do better next week for sure. I just had an amazing week pretty much, and now I'm trying to get back into the flow of things and really catch up so that I'll be able to give you some, continue to give you the content. But like I said in my previous video that I just uploaded, which was the baddies one, there are going to be some times because now summer is coming upon us and I'm going to be doing stuff with the family, so there might be some times where we're going to be doing more vacations and things like that, so there will be times where some of my reviews might get pushed back a little bit, but I'll try to be as consistent as possible. And even if I don't get it on the date, which I usually like to do, I'll try to do it within that week. So yeah, that's how we gonna try to do this. So anyways, now we have Catfish, okay? And this is episode 64. We got Tyler. Tyler's a model who shot his shot, okay? He DM'd, what's his name? Keontae. He DM'd him and told him that he wanted to sniff and smell and eat his booty, okay? That's exactly what he said that he said. So, he kind of felt a little intrigued by that. I guess he liked that nasty talk or whatever. So they was talking on there for a good amount of time, and then from there they moved on to Snapchat. So with Snapchat, the reason why they started doing that is because the dude is bisexual, but he hasn't come out yet, and he had a girlfriend at this time. Keontae didn't really care too much about the whole girlfriend situation. That was neither here nor there for him. All he cared about was that once everything was all said and done, Tyler was going to get with him. They was going to meet up. He was going to come out to his family and friends, and they were supposed to be in a relationship, period. Like, nothing else really mattered. He didn't care about being a side boy or anything else. All right. And so yeah, he said that Tyler had moved from Ohio to New York to pursue his modeling career. He also does dancing, so he's pretty talented, and they have similar upbringings or backgrounds. Like Keontae, he had a little bit of a struggle. He was on his own at 14. He was in the foster care system. And yeah, so Tyler has similar struggles to Keontae, so that's kind of where they bonded. It's almost like, one of those trauma bonding situations where a lot of times you don't really know. And Cammie had kind of said something that I was thinking, which was the fact that she said, I wonder how much of the things that connects them are things that he might have kind of regurgitated or repurposed based on things that Keontae told him. Because you know how sometimes you're so into the flow, you're telling somebody your life story because you're getting to know them. They're like, oh, wow, I had the same situation. I was adopted and I had to leave the house at 15 because I couldn't come out. All of a sudden they try to relate to you. That's something that, and guys, I just became a relationship coach recently. I'm also working on some other things. I'm probably going to always have it somewhere, and I just put it on the page on my channel, and I'm going to probably do some other stuff related to relationship coaching, as well as the other coaching sectors that I'm working on coming up soon on my main channel, which is Samore Love TV. Well, that's the link to it. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So I do feel like Keontae, he kind of like, that could be the whole thing. Like, they could have had like the whole trauma bonding situation, and those types of situations are never good. And that's what narcissists tend to do. Like, they tend to show you the best side of them. They'll be masking and show you, everything that you want them to be. You're just like, wow, I can't believe we're so compatible. We're just the same. But then later on, as time progresses, you start to see their true colors. They no longer feel like they need to mask. Or maybe they found a new love interest who they feel they can discard you for. Whatever the purpose, you're now hooked on them, dependent on them, and now they kind of dash you away. So that could be kind of like the situation here, you never know. So Cammy and Neve, they go into like full on investigation mode. They find a few things. They find some guy named King Clyde. So he's the one that these pictures belong to. So that's a red flag right there. They also find out that the guy named Tyler Wilson, I think his name was, he ends up connected to the phone number and everything like that, and he has a Venmo, and in his Venmo they found a friend. Her name was My Huston. So they give her a little message, whatever. She calls them, and it seemed like she was kind of texting old boy and asking him certain questions so that she wouldn't mess everything up, because there was like a delay each time they asked her a question. So she gave a little bit of information. She said that his name is Gio. He's private. He's a model. She just, she wouldn't give the Instagram because she was like, it's private. But it's like, she said that it's his like modeling page, his professional page. So she wasn't sure if she should give that information out or whatever. She don't want to, I guess he ain't trying to tarnish his brand, honey. But yeah, what else did she say? She said that he is bisexual. He doesn't have a girl. And I think that was pretty much the gist of what she had said about him. And they told her, well, can you please let him know that we are trying to reach out? Boom, boom, boom. So he does call them. He reaches out and he says that, it's not him. He was not the person that's been talking to Keontae. And the great thing about it is that they recorded his voice. So once they go to Keontae's house and tell him everything that went down, they let him hear the audio, and he's like, that don't sound the same like the person that's on the phone, but that does sound like one of his friends that was just in his bed 4 months ago, but on some friendship level. And he's pretty sure that's him, but he's not really 100% sure, but he's like, that sounds like him. So things is kind of seeming a little weird right about now. It's like, is he the one that's doing all of this? So now they reach out to Tyler via Snapchat and they ask him to just come to LA. And he agrees. He said he'll be there on the next flight. And I'm like, damn, that was easy. Like, homie's ready. So here we go. Somebody pulls up in a Suburban, and it was the dude. His name is Golden. And that's exactly the person that Keontae thought it was, Golden. So it was real. It was starting to get hot and heavy because, tensions is high, and Keontae's just like, what's up with this? Like, this is real weird. So he was just like, well, he added Keontae to his Fufu account because he was trying to like do something with his ex or whatever, get back at his ex. And yeah, he just kind of seemed like nothing mattered. Like he didn't care. Like he had no emotions. Like just real like nonchalant about everything. Just like, darling. You know what I'm saying? Like he was too cool for school or whatever. I'm just like, what are you doing? And then he tried to say like, oh, well, all this time it meant nothing to him. He was like, he was just talking. He was like that this is like Sims. And it's funny because somebody just told me about Sims recently, how they be playing somebody that I know. So he was just like, oh, it's just like Sims. It's just a virtual situation. It was entertaining, it was fun, and it just felt like virtual reality. That's it. Just like real like yeah, I'd have been so tight. That rage, honey, that rage is another story. So Keontae was just like, yo, you mad goofy right now. He was like, yo, so and then Golden was saying something about, yeah, he just mad. I'm gonna let him talk because he want this in real life. He was like, all this fabulousness. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, he was just being so weird. So after, they cooled down a little bit, luckily they was able to have an actual little conversation. And Golden finally admitted, like, yeah, he does love him. He's attracted to him. But, he values the friendship more than for them to try to move up. But he was like, he did feel like they had like a really good connection. He allowed him to be vulnerable. He only kept this so long because it's kind of like, he said, the analogy, or paraphrasing what he said, was it's kind of like when you read someone's diary and you kind of like get to see a different side of them, which is true. It's like you see him on a friendship tip. He probably is not going to tell you all the things that he's going to tell his girl. Like, I know my husband, he's not going to tell his friends the same things that he tells me, because he's allowed to be vulnerable and talk to me a certain way, and vice versa, you know? So that's kind of how it is with that type of situation. So it's just the whole vulnerability type of thing. So Keontae let him know, like I said, that he loves him as well, but he was like just on a friendship level. Like, it's nothing more than that. And, you know, it's good that they was able to set these boundaries. I mean, we don't know what's going down, or if anything kind of went down when they was like in the bed together or whatever. It was just like, he was just in my bed for my, did y'all cuddle? What y'all did? You could say it was innocent, but I don't know. Y'all look like you had a whole lot of passion going on. But so 2 months later, I mean, they're still friends. This wasn't like, I felt like it was kind of, it had its little moments there, but this wasn't as crazy as some of the other episodes that we've seen. You know, you feel me? So that was pretty much the episode, though. Let me know what y'all think down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't, okay? I forgot to say that earlier, but y'all should already know. If you're not yet part of the family, make sure you subscribe, because we doing this. I'm thinking about, before I go, I'm thinking about doing, what's the name of that show? The Real World, but the New Buck World or whatever, but I don't know. Because I hate when I start something and I don't really keep on going. Like, that's what I kind of did with Basketball Wives, because I didn't have like a good viewership, and I felt like, you know, it's a lot of time that I have to take to do it. So I kind of was like, let me just have my Mondays free and stick to Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of like my thought process right now. Like, I want to give you guys things that you're actually going to watch and share and like, and those types of things. But yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all later.